Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Card Craft. Thanks for joining me today. Thought we'd better get back on to this 49 and Market journal. I hadn't realised just how long it had been since I'd done any more pages on it, so thank you Judy for reminding me. I had to look back and it was about a month ago, so sorry girls. I've just had so many other projects and so much else going on in my mind with all these other bits and pieces. Right, so back to our first signature that we've been working on. Just undo my clips. All my bits and bobs are still here. My family will be very happy when I finally finish this because they won't be sitting all over the place, not on my desk. So we've got all this done so far. Where are we up to? Here. So we've got this one. I want this as writing or scribbling, and those ones, which will finish our first signature. So with any luck, we'll get this signature finished today. I did also, because I'd been thinking about my cover, I have come across some really nice fabric that I want for the front cover that I think will work a treat. So that's put away and we'll make a cover for it as well right at the end. Right, so this one, which I've got a flip out for. I'm just going to get rid of those ones so that I've got this sitting separate. Move that and move that. Right, what I'd like to do with this one is put an extra journal spot in there. I move those ones. Oh, I've got so much mess. Sit you over there. I'd like to put, so I've got journaling in here. I'd like to put another flip down journal spot in here, but I want to make this so that it closes. So I'm thinking of doing just a clip in tuck spot. So in amongst my bits and bobs that we've got left, because I need to make sure I've got enough left for the next signature, I think it was that one, which was a little piece that was left over from one of these, and I'll trim it down, maybe not. That'll go in here like so. I want one of my strips of coffee dyed paper that'll go in here and trim down so that I've got a little bit of a border. And I want to stamp on that one, so we'll stamp first of all, and we'll stamp in the coffee ink. Move that. Got my stamping pad underneath that. Coffee. And we're going to use that, which is an old Tim Holtz one. Yep. Stampers Anonymous. I don't know when it was. It's got no date on it. It's as old as when they were still doing wooden block ones, but it's one of my favourites. And I love this section in here. Just these cogs and gears, and that's what I want on there. So I stamp this bit up in the centre. Make sure, but I'll go just a little bit larger than what I want because I can trim it down. So that's just with the coffee archival ink. It's fairly well placed for what's on there. So if I line that bit up with my paper, we'll see how we go. I'm not sitting directly over it. We'll see what we've got anyway. Beautiful. So I can trim that to a little bit smaller. So if I trim that so that we're just a bit bigger than that, and I'll just follow my lines across, and then I'll trim it down there. That should be the right height to give me that. Put that in the centre. I'll grab my big scissors because I can do a straighter line with my big scissors. I can always take off more if need be, but I'd much rather just take it bit by bit to start with. A little bit more, maybe this side. Don't think that's straight. Let's have a look. That's fairly good. That's fairly close. Okay, I'll just run the ink around that just to make those edges pop. You don't have to ink if you don't want to. Right. I'm just gonna, I don't know if you can see where the white, where I've cut that, because I've obviously cut it from that side, but we just want to get rid of that white core colour, or I do anyway. You don't necessarily have to. And that's just in the walnut stone. Right, move that there, grab a gluey bit, something I can glue onto, there we go. There's a scrap. And my glue stick. I'm going to glue that. I've just finished work, just got home from work, so I'm still in the work uniform. Oh, but we did go today and organise new work uniforms. Yay! I might actually have some that fit me now instead of wearing all the men's clothes. Right. I'll go a bit higher than that. Just so that I've got round about the same size border all the way around. And what I want to do, just going to put the lid back on that, is a half circle. So I will punch out a full circle. Do I want to go that size? Yeah, I think so. So, in amongst the scraps again. What have I got in the scraps? Let's have a look. Because it's going to go on that. That blue's quite pretty on that, isn't it? That's too similar. I'm running short of bits and bobs. Do I just use a plain? Hang on. Go back to our original square that we've got. I've got these still, haven't I? So, I like these for my belly bands, but may also work. Move that. Make some space, Kylie. So if this is going to sit in here, do we go? That would work, wouldn't it? Go further up. Yeah, I'll just trim that straight across there, like so. Now this is just a 1 1/4 inch punch. Won't give me the full circle, but what it will give me, might actually go that way, so they get a little bit of that darker. So what I've got now is that, and what I'm going to do is stick that down like that. So that'll sit on there, that'll sit on there, and that'll make that as a closure. That works well. Right. I can always, I can actually. I might stick that on so that I can see how much room I've got. And so if I sit that there, so that I know this centre line is my, or that this line is my centre line, I can stick it on. And I'm actually going to use double-sided tape so that it's quick and it's easy and I don't have to wait for glue to dry. Go that way. No. I'm going that way, aren't I? All right. Think about it, Kylie. Think first. Right, that was my centre point. Set that in the centre so that I know it's directly on, fairly straight, and it's going to go that way. That was my centre point, and I want to go up to about there. Yeah, about there. So that when that's on, somewhere in the centre, it'll hold that down, and I can do that. Right, in which case, spare bit. I'd like to put a number or something on there. I've got too much black now for it to show, so I'll need to stamp my number on something else. How about I just actually stamp a number? No, it's quite alphas. Here we go. So, alphabets, numbers. What have I got that's small? Something like that. They're little numbers. Set you to the side. Grab a little scrap of and block to sit them on. And I can pick any number I like, can't I? So what have we got? 5 and a 3. How about 53? 53? We'll see how we go anyway. Ink. These are just very cheap little numbers, so I don't want to push that ink in too far. They squash rather well. 53. Could have been closer, couldn't it? In which case, I'm just going to trim down there. And we'll trim down there, because they are really quite a way away. Right, let's try again. That looks a bit closer. Go that way. Yeah, that's a better togetherness, I suppose, would be the best way to put it. In which case, let's just tear around them. And then I can just keep making them smaller if I need them. Ooh, very close to that 5, sorry. Just something like that on there. Quick and easy. Well, would have been if my numbers were closer together to start with. But otherwise, yes, quick and easy. Right. Little bit of glue. Like so. Thank you. I've got my tweezers somewhere. There they are. Right. Just like that. And once again, what I'm going to do is use my double-sided tape just down here, just to make sure it's on quick and easy, and there's no waiting for glue or anything else. So one down there. Now this is just score tape, so it's a bit stronger than normal double-sided tape. Make sure it really sticks. Don't want it to go anywhere. Don't want it to flip back open. I'll put 3 strips in. Probably overkill, but at least I know it's not going to go anywhere. 2, 3. Right. So, I want it to sit so that it just goes in there without going too close to where I'm going to sew them in. That works well. Yep, like that. Right. So in here, I'd like another little drop down box. And I want that in all of this. I'm hoping, yeah, I've got another one there. And got some more there, that's fine. So if we go that one, pencil. Trim up. This is where you find out that your copy paper is not actually straight. I really like that colour. So, centre point. Again. Down. We'll just make it so that it looks like a little envelope. Going down, I always give it a little bit more there. And then that one can come up to that. That'll fold over. See, that's not straight. A very quick little envelope that'll fold down as a journaling box. So if I pop him there, it goes up, goes down, I've got more journaling in there. I've got glue all over my fingers too. So, do I want to stamp something on that? I like the inside colour, but the outside colour's just a little bit light for me. So we'll just, no, the other side's going to be stamped to be adhered onto the page, so I don't need to worry about that bit. What's been cut? That one. And I like those ones. Just to give that line and that line. How's that? Lovely. Right. Do I want to stamp anything on that? Postcard one would be nice. I've got, let's see how much of that one fits in there. Even though it's the back of the envelope. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What did I do with my stamping block a minute ago? There. That goes up that way. That goes up that way. So we want to pop that on there. And my coffee again. Coffee would be nice. Oh, to have a coffee right now. I'll drop it down as far as I can. Yes. So that'll sit up there, that'll sit down there like that. How's that? And we can adhere this one in, and then we've got another little drop down box. That's got glue on it, so I'll just fold it over. Making sure I go to my corners. Close to. Up here, maybe centered. Right. So there's that one. And that one. That one goes in like that. Lovely. And I'll think about whether I want to do something with that one. So, what did I do with them? That's the next signature. That's the ones that were in there. That's the ones that are for behind that one. All right. This one, I'm thinking I want some coffee dyed that I can flip over. So, just want a little bit of a border, in which I'm actually going to punch along here at the moment. So, let's find the border punches. Oh, I know which one we could use. Let's go with the note paper one. Sorry about the noise. I can trim it down further from that anyway. Oh, doesn't like the copy paper. That's right. That's right. Let's have a look. There we go. And in here. That's better. And along there. No, this really doesn't like the copy paper. That's right. I want it to look loved. Right. I think that needs sharpening. I'll just run that through with some aluminium foil, and I want to fold that like so. That will be adhered down there. So that'll be adhered on that. That'll go over like so. And I want to trim that back to about there. Back over with this one. Set that in. Now I can work out what height I want it. Don't know if I want it to come out. So that'll just fold like that, which gives me another flip there. Secret journaling in there. Don't mind that height. What do we think? Don't mind it at all. Grunge it up. Maybe if I put some spray on it, do a little bit of stamping, just a little bit, so you can still write on it. And I just put a little bit of spray on it as well. Oh, I want to grunge those up. So what I want to do is sit them on there. And I'm just going to pat that where they're all sitting up. Just make them a little bit rougher, I suppose, would be the best word for it. Fold that the other way as well. Give that crease down there, like that. Yep, happy with that. Wipe all my ink on there. And I need a spray or something for on that. So, just twiddle your thumbs for a moment. And I'm looking for vintage photo. Vintage photo. There it is. All right, so just my distress stain in the vintage photo. I'm going to stamp it first. Put a little bit of something. Something. What can I put in there? What about very lightly do that? which is just a script, French script. Yeah, might do that. So I'll need my archival again. I'll go sepia so that I need the archival so that the spray doesn't make it smudge, bleed. That's the word I wanted, bleed. And I've just very lightly inked it up, and I'm just going to use my fingers to give it a few pressure points. And I've got it upside down. But that's fine, right? That's fine. It's fine. It's the look we're going for. Right, move a few of these so I can spray. Put that in the bin. And I just want set that straight. Yeah, that's all I needed on that. So I'll just grab some paper towel and wipe that one. All right. So when that's folded over, that's what I'll see. Yep. So I just need to wait for that one to dry a little bit, and that'll go in there like so. I'm happy with that. Yep. I like that, I like that, I like that. Well, I'm just going to leave that one to dry. I could sit there and use the heat gun, but we'll see if it'll dry of its own accord for now. I just want pocket in that one. And we've got, I already know what I want to do on this one. We might do that so it can dry as well. What do you reckon? Right, with this one, because I'm determined to get through a few of these. I want to use my chicken wire stencil. Now, when I do stencils, especially chicken wire, you end up with a very large bit in the centre. I like to do mine a little bit different. So I need a scrap piece of paper. Here we go. Because I will use this on something else again anyway. I might go that way. So, and I'm just going to use it with gesso. And I'm going to use that. I just want some washi tape to hold it down a little bit. If I can find the end. And then both of these can be drying. That's not going to dry if I don't sit it out. Is it? Right. Alright, so all I'm going to do, that'll do. I'll use that one for in a moment. I've got my palette knife. I've got gesso. Oh. Right, so I've just got gesso and I'm using it in the white, even though this is darker, and you'll see why in a moment. If I wanted to, I could use a black gesso, or I could get this one, put it onto a bit of a paint palette of some sort, add a little bit of black acrylic paint, and mix it to whatever to the black or whatever colour I want. But with this, what I want to do with this is just put it on, nice and thick. So that it coats my chicken wire. Don't need to coat all of it, but I want a fair whack of it on, if that makes sense. Mainly want that little bit down there. So right, that'll do for that. I need that to wipe that one so that I don't end up with it all over the place. And what I'm now going to do, lift this up. I may need some scrap paper because I reckon I've done that too wide. So just bear with me while I grab some scrap to sit on that one. Need some space, need some space, need some space. Move that over there, that over there. Shuffle those there. All right. I'm hoping that I haven't left that too long. I'll sit that down now. And with, because that's been drying, just a wet wipe. Now you can get wet wipes that are really, really wet. Some of them not so wet. These ones are not so wet. And all I'm going to do is wipe it down. So what I'm doing is wiping the gesso off my stencil onto my page, which gives this white effect going through, much or as little as you like. And then when you lift your stencil back up, that's what you end up with. So it's still there and it's in the white, but now you've got the white in the actual chicken wire and not that sort of glob that you would have had if you've used the full stencil. Then you can just wipe your stencil, sit it through. I'm just going to sit it on a piece of paper towel that I've got over there. And then I can just put it in the water and wash it out over the kitchen sink shortly. Okay. Just wipe that one over. Doesn't take long to dry. What will take longer is where I've used the actual wet wipe and not the actual gesso. So I'll just grab another piece of paper towel and dry that, and that will dry off while we're working. If it's not quite dry, then I'll just give it a quick zap. But that's what you end up with. So, as I said before, you can end up with that. Not quite as thick, of course, or you can end up with that. So your one stencil will give you two options. I will use that other piece on something else, but not necessarily on a black piece. So that's that. That's now drying. That's my back one. Just got that piece to go. That has dried while we've been talking, because let's face it, I talk too much. So I can put this one in here now, which was that one. And that'll just go straight in there like that. So I'm going to glue down here. And I'll use my normal liquid glue, which I should have filled up before we started. But I want each of those pieces to be glued down as well. Otherwise they get even more attacked. So right along the edge, because this is the side that I definitely want adhered to the page. Up into these bits. Right, what am I going to do with that bit? Sit you out, but adhere that bit in, like so. Fold you back down. Get glue everywhere. Fold you over. Give you a good push. Am I still in shot? No, I'm going off a little bit, aren't I? Sorry. Okay. And that'll give that. Not too much glue seeping out of there, so that's all right. Lovely. Right, so that's that one done and that one done. We're up to, yeah. I actually want a pocket on that one. Just that one. So we've got lots of writing space so far, so I can put a pocket on this one with a tag in it. And we'll go to the, oh, better put the lid back on the gesso before I forget. Right, set that back there where it belongs. So we want a pocket. Let's go to our little bits and bobs. I really like that. That picks up the blue and it still gives me this section for either a tag. I like the blue on that one too. No, I like that. So if I use that for a pocket, very quick pocket, we're going to trim that down there and about down there. Might actually use that as a tag in the next side, so in which case I'll cut that bit first. Right, set that back in. Right, so that'll be used as a tag later on. This bit. Now sound like I'm... Right. That can be my pocket. I actually like it now done that way. Do a little bit of a thumb hole in there, but I'll just do a very small one because I don't want to lose too much of all that lovely detail that's sitting in here. So middle, it should be about there. So this one's just a 1/2 inch punch, I think is all it is. Just gives me a little bit without taking away too much detail. And this one I will again pop in my number. I've got the good old Tim Holtz number there, and that should fit just up there. So back to my coffee. Like so. That one. Put the lid back on that one. Should have filled this up. All right, straight down. Right, pocket done. We'll work out a tag, but at this stage, I just want to see what I've got left at the end of the 2 signatures to go back and put all our tags and things in. Right, that one and that one, like that. Might just have a doobie on there. So we've still got all our little bits and bobs. Oh, so I was going to use that for there, wasn't I? Oh well. Right, bits and bobs, sit in there. Let's have a look and see what we've got. It's not too big, because all those work as well as pockets. Might just adhere that in there and leave that as journaling. Oh, gotta feel that before I do anything else tonight. the lid back on, it might help. All right. Like that. Squash that down. Other side of that, I might put a tuck, in which case we'll go to one of these lovely little ones. There was him. I'm thinking of him on the front anyway, aren't I? Needs to go that side. Oh, can't look through it. There we go. Smaller one. Make sure my book's up the right way. That way, I think. And he can be a tuck, can't he? So, going that way and that way. Like so. So it's just a corner tuck. That's gone skew-iff, like that. So this is part 4, I think. But yeah, I will double check that before I put it on the description. So I've got a tuck in there. That one is now, see, that's dry. Lovely. I really like that effect. Right, front cover of that one I've still got to do. They're all done. We might just head over to our second signature. Oh, did I do another one of those? Oh, I must like those. See, I haven't looked at what I'd done previously. That one, which was that, which was that. Which was that, 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 and that. And whether that, I'm thinking I'd like a pocket on the bottom of that for a tag, but we'll wait and see what we've got left. So that's that signature. Let's start quickly, and then what we've got left, because my little, I'm debating about him on the front with other bits and pieces, and it may be that I've got some of that fabric left and I might fray some fabric around him. That's in my mind at the moment. Right, next signature, which I just put somewhere. See it already. Oh, she's getting thicker already. All right, second signature. Let's just remember what we've got as our pages. All right, black one there, coffee, that was my middle page. Oh, with that, yes. That might be easy to work on because I don't think it needs that much. That one, that one, that one, another one of those. Oh, that was my last one for this one. Right, so let's head on in again as we go. Belly band down this one, maybe. Now, I had, here we go. Oh. There's a nice pen there. That's going to be too big, but it's not going to work on anything else. So, with maybe something like that behind it, that can be grunge stamped, I'm thinking. Right, so we'll trim that down to size or close to. I'll just take it up there for now because I can always trim it further down and straighten it up. And I'm thinking I want to stamp on that coffee paper. just to grunge it up a little bit further. Maybe again some grungy Tim Holtz stamps. Let's have a look. In these ones, now, I know which one I want. I think I'm missing some from that. That's because I use them and don't put them back. Definitely missing something from that. It's my numbers. It's my numbers that I use all the time. So what else could I use on there if it's not my numbers? All right. Ugh. Let's have a look at that one. I could use that. Where's my pen? No, need a double one of those. Oh, but I do have an old Stampin' one of those, which is slightly wider in the Harlequin. And then technically I could cut it, couldn't I? Let's try it. It is only copy paper. I've got lots more. If it doesn't work, we can go something else. So if I stamp up there, 1, 2, and 3. Well, there you go. I actually wanted it slightly narrower than what it is. That's going to make it slightly wider. We'll see anyway. I want that side. I want that side. Right. I want a block. I'm going to make sure it sticks to a block. You can tell it's one that I usually just fingerprint on. I go down centre-wise like that. Match it up as I go. Yes. Set that under it as I go. So if I match those up, if I get all my mess out first, like that. Yes. So ink that back up again, go again. Match that one up. Yes. It was those ones, wasn't it? If I go there and there, how's that look? Don't think that's straight. But unless I stick my big head straight under the camera, I'm not going to see it. Yeah. Right. See, when I finish these, then I put away all the stamps and all the rest. And obviously, I haven't put away my numbers. They'll be sitting here somewhere. I'll clean up my stencils and do all my stamps. Ready to start again because there's another project there's quite a few other projects I'm already working on. That actually fits in there nicely. I wonder if I... No, I like it just as it is. I'm thinking, yep. Now that it's stamped, I don't mind the width at all. Whereas before, probably because it was so plain, that it was just looking a little bit wide. So, right. In which case, this one can be adhered on. Oh, didn't put my lid back on again. Right. Oh, here it comes. And yeah, I do love this range. I still love this range, even though it's now probably been 2 months since I bought it and saw it straight away and went, oh, have to have that, have to do a journal. And you know how you get sidetracked and you start new projects and something else takes your fancy and all the rest. But I do still have to admit that I love this page still. Right, so if I set that there without it moving too much, work my way up those centre ones. It's going to be trimmed off a little bit more anyway. All right. And I can work it out to the size of that page. So if I pull that page out, there and there. Yes. So I'm going to run along that line, aren't I? In which case, I'll work out how wide that is. And I'm going to actually put my adhesive on this one instead of on that one, and then I can trim it to size. There is a method to my madness, if I can get the glue to come out. Give it a good go. Whoops. And then go down this side, do the same thing. Like that. And now I'll adhere it on. That there. Oh, didn't do that one very good, did I? That's because I went to the wrong line. Did nobody pick that up? I didn't pick it up. Right. Yeah, let's pick a line, Kylie, because it'll be so much easier. Let's just find the right line. That's centred. All right. Wipe that excess glue off. It's squeezing out. And then I can turn that over and trim it off, like so. That one. Oh, it's the cardstock that's on the other side. What's that? I thought I had the book in my scissors. I like that. Yep, that's come up a treat. Make that look as though it was there all the time. That one's not quite far enough down. Oh well. They're never perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. Maybe I meant to do that. I meant to do it. Right. This little one, I want a corner tuck again as well. You might be too large. I'm thinking I might. Oh, hang on. Can anyone see where that book meant to go? Because what I'm going to do, take that off. I've got that then as a little doobie. And those ones around that one a little bit. All right, that can make a little corner tuck in that one. So I'm going down and around. Oh, I'm flying today. That's because in my mind I so want to get on with this wallet folio thing. Clutch, wallet, purse, whatever you want to call it. I've got my template drawn up, but that's as far as I've got. Indian myth and legend, myths of Babylonia and Assyria, and Egyptian myth and legend. And I can't read that one. And the other one was something myth and legend. I can't read it either. Maybe I need stronger glasses. Right, so that one's a tuck. That one's done that. I'm thinking, what have we done? Done 5 pages? So we've done that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and those ones. So we're on to our second signature. We'll do this, and then we'll finish for the night. Yeah, maybe 2 more, and then we'll do the, as in 2 more parts, and then we'll be on to the, what do you call it? Cover. What I'd like with one of these is some acetate behind it so that I can pull a tag out. I reckon that would look really nice. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Twiddle your thumbs. It's just on the other side. All right. Got it. Got it. I've got a little folder of acetate sheets. So, these are just all my offcuts of acetate. That one's a slightly larger one, so they're just from all sorts of bits and bobs. That will fit. That will fit, that will fit, that will fit. Right. I can never cut acetate straight, and now it's going to be too small. I use my thin, very thin, double-sided tape. Right, 3mm double-sided tape on that one, and we'll just go straight down and make that one a pocket. So I'll just run the 3mm around it. You don't want it too wide. Well, depending on what size you've just cut your acetate will depend on what size tape you're going to use. I find that the tape works better than the glue when doing these. It doesn't want to seep out, and it'll hold it in place beautifully. So just whiz that round. So, and straight up there. And then I can pop something on the front of that one as well. So, peel those ones off. This is just a 3mm, or is it 1/8 of an inch? 1/8 of an inch, I think. So, setting that on. Right, so now I've actually got a little pocket. I can sit something in here, and I can have a tag going behind it. So you look, when something like that sits behind it, you can see that there as well. But I want something very, oh, we had that book that we just took off, didn't we? No, I'm still missing the first couple of letters. What else was small in here? I know there was some small ones. We'll finish this one off. And it was, little small ones. Little small ones. I could do a collection, couldn't I? Let's have a look. Right. Scissors, no. I've got lots of books. I have got lots of books in there. So, let's find the small ones and make like that. What do we reckon? So, I'm just going to stick them all on with my 3mm tape. And I've only stuck that down the bottom so that I can tuck these other ones up, and I'm leaving it just a little bit up so that you can see that it's clear underneath. Stick that one straight on there. Doesn't need much more than that. It's not going to go anywhere. Tuck you down there. Like so. And a little bit on this one. Get that round the right way. Like so. Like that. How's that? And that one can go in there like that. I like that. Was that where we were putting it? Or was I originally going to put it on that? And then I've got that one for writing, haven't I? Let's think, Kylie. Thinking. Yeah. You know what Think did. All right. Just had another thought. And then we'll finish. I promise. I promise. What I want is some scrap paper, and I should have some somewhere. Just bits of copy paper is what I'm looking for. No. All right, just little bits of copy paper, and I'm just going to trim them down. Find my ruler. Like so. All right. No, this is going to go in here like that. If I sit you there, all I'm doing is making a mask so that when I stamp, it doesn't come past my edges. Make sense? Right, so now I find a stamp that I like for it, and I've got, oh no, that's not grungy enough. What have I got there? You're not high enough. Just excuse my arm going over. Oh, what does that one do? That one might work, mightn't it? Yes. Let's do that one. So I'm going to put a little pencil mark. About there. And a little pencil mark. About there. Right. There is method to my madness. Straighten those up. I would have liked to have put my stamping mat under that. So I'll just grab some washi tape. Hold that mask in place. Right, now I'll slide that one under. And I'll stamp that one. Coffee. It's not going to need to go all the way down. I don't want it to go down past there. So all I'm doing is going to that. Technically I could put another mask on the bottom, but I'm being lazy. I am. I'm being lazy. So that will just fit in. Watch my head for a moment, sorry. Even that up, even that up. Keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best. I can always move my pocket up if need be, or down slightly. Give this one a good push. They're La Blanche stamps, I think they were called, La Blanche. Yeah, they're beautiful stamps, but yes, and I have gone up a little bit, so I can move my pocket up a tad. Let's have a look. Set that one there. That one there. I'll rub out my masking tape. Rub out that little bit that I had sitting in there, and that little one. That is not straight at all. I'm having a really unstraight day. There, how's that? Yes, that looks all right. All right, so back to the glue, which I didn't put my lid back on again. And I'll run straight down and make this a pocket, if I can get the glue out. On a pin. Always helps to put the lid on. We've been over an hour. Sorry, girls, this is the last bit, and then we'll finish. But we'll just get this bit adhered in. Now, oh, straight along there, back up. Right, we'll get this in and then we'll sign off for the day and go sideways. That is so not straight, but that's all right. Our pocket will be then a little bit crooked as well, so that that's in there like that. And maybe the tag will just be awesome so that your eyes won't be looking at how crooked the pocket is. All right. Lovely, lovely. That goes in there. We have now started officially our second signature, and I'm happy with those. Awesome, 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 awesome. Our book is coming together. It's starting to fill out, which is good. I like my big wide gator mouths. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of our 49 and Market journal. Haha, lots of J's. And I hope to see you next time for it. Thanks all. Bye.